Is 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Rep your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rep your city. Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city.
Is 20 seconds.
Welcome to the RYC Live show this evening. This is Artistic. I am your host for tonight, and this is Fresh Fridays. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks once again for checking us out tonight, even though we've moved from Thursday night to Friday night. We are here each and every Friday night at 8 p.m. And tonight, as usual, we have a special guest, and I'm going to bring him in just shortly. But I'd like to just say, if you have not already, please do subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel. That's RYC Live on our YouTube channel. You can follow us and like us on Facebook and Instagram. Please send us an email at ryclive@yahoo.com. That's ryclive@yahoo.com if you'd like to be a future guest on a future show. And with that being said, we're going to get right started. This is Friday night, Fresh Friday Nights. So tonight we have a guest. He is a DJ, producer, old school hip hop lover here in Chicago from the South Side. He goes by the name of DJ QuickHands. Was one of the DJs down at WHPK back in the day. And with that being said, we're gonna bring him on in, and we're gonna see him and allow him to share his story with us. So let's bring him on in, brother DJ QuickHands.
How's it going, Artistic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's everything?
Everything is good. You know what I dubbed your new nickname. Did you see it? Did you see my avatar?
No,
you are a new superhero. You're a super hip hop man.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, man. I was kind of running behind, been busy since 8 o'clock this morning, man, moving stuff around. But I'm glad we were able to make it. It's better when you can actually do the interview stationary, you know, instead of like en route moving around.
Right.
But I couldn't find my earpiece, but I'm glad you could still hear me.
I'm good.
Yeah. So, hey, man, let's get right into it, man. We want to let the viewers out there know that we got brother DJ QuickHands from WHPK. And what I like to do on my show is go all the way back to the beginning as much as you can remember. And with that being said,
we already had that conversation.
Yeah, and now we got to share it with the viewers.
Okay.
So tell the viewers, when did you start as a DJ?
Oh, as a DJ, period. Oh, I was 13, 14. I used to hang out with a guy named Cool Hand Luke, who was a neighborhood DJ, and that's who I learned from. I learned because I was interested. I went to his place. Him and my sister was dating, that kind of thing. So I went to his place, and he had his whole setup on his sun porch, which was real sweet. He had the Technique 1200s. He had the Newmark fader, and he was mixing. He had like 200 records. At the time, like 200-300 records, and all I did was sat back and watched.
Okay.
And I became intrigued. And plus, you know, I was trying to be a rapper back in the day. So as part of that whole deal, when I started DJing, um, and I'm actually trying to remember how I ended up on WHPK. I think it was one of those deals where I called in, I sent in a tape, and JP Chill listened to it, and they asked me to come up to the station, and I came up to the station. I was, you know, I was like, cool. You know, it was tricky getting to the station, but it was cool. When I went up there, I just, you know, stood there, checked it out, just to see what was going on, and he asked me, you know, think you want to DJ? Which I thought, wow, yeah, you know, why not? I ain't got nothing to lose. So that kind of began it. Um, I would say my legacy, if you want to put a legacy on it, I was the guy that was playing I was playing all of the new stuff on the compilation album. I was playing the compilation stuff for the most part. Most of the stuff coming out of New York. I think we were the first radio station ever in Chicago to play cursing. That we had cursing on the radio, and and I was, you know, most of the stuff that we got, I previewed it before I played it on the radio because it had to make sense to the people. So and then for the most part, all I know is they enjoyed it. I mean, I think I had a decent audience. So other than that, man, I didn't stay with it like I should have. You know, life happens and marriage and all that good stuff. So I had to go do the family thing. But it's eager to say I'm trying to get back in. Old man trying to get with the new kids on the block, trying to get some new beats and some new grooves that I'm coming up with. So that's what I'm doing now.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, man, I hear a little feedback, but I think I know that's coming from my end because I don't have my headpiece. But you know, we just gonna have to make it work.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about WHPK a little more in detail and what it did for what's your opinion of what it did for Chicago hip hop back in the day?
It put us on the map. Basically, well, back then I have to go back to I had a rival with WKKC, Pink House, and me and Pink House went to DuSable. Pink House was the DJ for WKKC. I was the DJ for WHPK, and me and Pink House back in the day we had a bet, and he was like, "Okay, I bet you House outlasts rap," and I said, "I don't think so, bro. You know, because this is a new genre, and it's the genre that's hitting everybody. It's telling a story. House music doesn't really tell a story. It's a groove. You know, you can dance to it, but it doesn't tell a story. You're not captivating the audience really with house music. You can jam to it, but when you listen to rap back in the day, all of the rappers had a story to tell. They had a story to tell where they came from, what they were doing, how they got to doing what they were doing. And then the lovely part about it was the diss raps. I loved the diss raps. When they used to diss each other, the battle raps, I used to love it back in the day. I used to battle back in the day, going to neighborhood to neighborhood. That was fun. But WHPK, it added that spice to the genre. It added the spice to actually the radio environment because it was a offshoot of what the commercial stations was trying to do. Commercial stations was trying to play the rap, but they were playing the popcorn stuff, if you will. And we hit it hardcore. I believe we were the first ones to play NWA. I believe we were the first to play a lot of the hardcore raps, Ice-T, 6 in the Morning, that kind of thing. So to me, HPK put Chicago on the map with the rap genre like it hadn't been heard before. You know, it had been heard. They saw it on TV. They saw Run DMC do Walk Like, you know, Walk This Way and all the commercial stuff, and everybody was intrigued. But until they heard those other raps, the ones that they weren't playing on the radio, is when I believe WHPK took off, and that's when the hip hop scene in Chicago kind of took off, because that commercial stuff, it was good, but that was a story that needed to be told, and the rap DJs on WHPK helps tell that story, and that's what I think WHPK did with the radio.
Okay. So, and that's a good answer, man. Actually, I think that's really makes a lot of sense. You know, I think back in the days when we were listening to HBK and what it did for me personally, and I know I can speak for a lot of other people here in Chicago. It really kind of kept us in tune and kind of kept us on the pulse of, or the heartbeat, so to speak, of what was going on in Chicago in terms of hip hop.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to salute you first off for, you know, just being a part of that and contributing to that, because again, you know, I don't think we would have got, you know, educated like we did if it wasn't for you guys as DJs down at WHPK. We wouldn't have got the hip hop that we got if it wasn't for you all.
Yeah, I found it. You know what I really used to like, actually, which was kind of cool, because I rode the bus when I was the DJ all the time, and I remember. Here's this quick story. I remember when I did a mix of "I Need Love" and "I Need Love Too." That's LL Cool J, and I cannot remember the female that had the answer. And I'm standing at the bus stop here on 51st, and it was two females standing there having a conversation, but they were actually kind of sort of having an argument. And one of the females was like, "Well, did you hear that mix of I Need Love and I Need Love Too?" And the other girl was like, "Yeah, that was on WBMX." And the girl was like, "No, that wasn't on WBMX." She was like, "Yes, it was. It was on WBMX." And I walked up to him and I said, "No, that wasn't WBMX. That was WHPK." And I just stepped away. I didn't say it was me. I wasn't trying to do that kind of thing. I was just saying, "No, that wasn't BMX. That was WHPK." And I think that was for me, that was a eye opener and a lightning bulb that went off that said there are a lot of people listening, but they don't know what they're listening to. Somebody tuned into the radio station, and somebody walked into the room and heard what was playing on the radio and assumed it was WBMX because they have the DJs and they doing the Hot Mix 5. And so they assumed that when they heard a mix, it was automatically coming from BMX. And I just, had a quiet giggle.
Yeah, I think, it was definitely a lot going on back then with, local radio and, the mainstream radio. But at the end of the day, I have really, really fond memories of WHPK because it was the type of radio station that once you figured out what it really was in the beginning, you knew that there was nothing like it.
Right.
There was nothing like it here in Chicago outside of WNUR, but WNUR was a North-based radio station. It was North for the North Siders. So, and that was cool because if you lived on the North Side, obviously you wasn't going to be able to get WHPK.
Right.
But if you were on the South Side and you were close to the radius of Hyde Park, you can get WHPK. So I think for us Southsiders, it did a lot of good for bringing us hip hop right into our homes that we probably wouldn't have gotten if it hadn't been, again, for you guys playing the music.
Well, you have to give credit to the University of Chicago. They allowed us to do it. And the people that were behind the radio station, they embraced it as almost like a educational, almost like a class, if you will. I think they kind of embraced it like it was a class in music. It was a different form of music had to get educated on, and they allowed us to educate the people with the new music. And in doing that, everything was pretty much, they were kind of hands off. It was like, if you got good music, if you know what you're listening to and you think the people like it, play it. And that's what we did. And it was sweet.
Yeah. So what was your show for the people that may have not been able to tune in or wasn't there? What was your show? What days were your show and what time?
I think I was Saturday, but I didn't forget more than I remember. But I think it was Saturday nights, from 10 to midnight, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but that's what I remember. Trina, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember. And I coined the phrase for WHPK: wildest, hottest party kicking.
Wait, what was that?
Wildest, hottest party kicking.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I used to say when I came on the radio, for tuning in to WHPK, the wildest, hottest party kicking. This is DJ QuickHands. We're gonna get into some tunes and see what's up, that kind of thing. It was kind of like from the hip.
Okay.
Everything was authentic. How can you be other than authentic? It's you and your personality as is. It's raw, simple. And I like inviting people up so they can come and do their thing on the radio. That was one of the better parts of WHPK, was giving the audience to some of our street rappers that was rapping on the L's, rapping in the subway, rapping in the neighborhood, and at times we gave them the opportunity to get on the radio and spread it. If you heard them in the radio, if you heard them on the L, and you happen to be, playing with your dial, and you happen to hit our station, and then that guy that you heard on the train is now on the radio, it's kind of cool. That's what I thought. I thought, hey, that's kind of cool.
Right. Well, hey, man, listen, I want to just say to all the viewers out there, if you guys have any questions or comments that you like to make, feel free for Brother DJ QuickHands. Send us your comment, or if you have a question, send us your question, and we will definitely be able to highlight it here on the show tonight. See if we can get all of the comments and questions in. Whatever you guys want to share, please do so. And I can I can make it appear right at the bottom of the screen. So, let me ask you. I want to ask you what made you come up with the name DJ QuickHands?
That was given to me by Cool Hand Lou. When I finally learned how to DJ, I used to try to mimic Jazzy Jeff, and I was trying to learn the Transformer scratch back in the day, and I got it. I got the Transformer scratch, and I didn't have a DJ name because I was just in his crib, just playing around, and then I got it. And he was like, "Oh no, man, you got some quick hands." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." He's like, "Damn, we're gonna call you DJ QuickHands. That's what we're gonna call you." I said, "All right, it works for me." The only thing that I regret is that I never became a battle DJ. I never became a battle DJ. I kind of wanted to, but at the same time, I didn't think I was skilled enough. Because I used to listen to all of the New York stuff whenever I could get it. So back then we had, I'm trying to think, what did we have? We didn't have YouTube. We had something else that they used to play. Well, MTV. Every now and then on MTV, you would catch a DJ contest or a DJ contest. They would every now and then, when they first got started with it, for battling DJs to become the DJ Grandmaster. Never thought I'd get close to that, and didn't even try. It was better skilled DJs. I'm a blend man. I like blends. I like blending music. I like mashes. Where you put different genres and you try to make them fit. And then when you hear that blend of two different genres or those two different songs, and it makes a whole different song, that's what I like.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, listen, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little short break. And when we come back, we'll pick up where we left off. You all are watching the RYC Live show with Artistic and our special guest tonight, Brother DJ QuickHands. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of shopping for wigs in the back of a beauty supply store? At Random Glam Wigs and Accessories, we give wig lovers the shopping experience they deserve. Personal attention in a chic boutique atmosphere. Fabulous wigs and unique accessories, all at affordable prices. Try on as many wigs as you like. Our friendly glam consultants will be happy to help you find the perfect look to fit your lifestyle. Be a glamazon and discover Random Glam Wigs and Accessories. We are conveniently located at 7207 South Exchange Avenue in the historic South Shore District. Shop where you're appreciated and get the personal attention you deserve. Visit us online at randomglam.com. Random Glam Wigs and Accessories, 7207 South Exchange Avenue.
Welcome back to the RYC.
Okay.
Live.
I'm good.
Yeah. So you are watching the RYC Live show here tonight. That's Rep Your City RYC Live. And tonight we have our special guest, Brother DJ QuickHands from WHPK, right here live on the RYC Live show. So, Ed, do you remember some of the things that, some of the special things that HBK used to do over the years? Like I used to remember they used to have a pizza drive every once in a while.
Yeah, we did the talent show at the Apollo when the Apollo first came up, and we had Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ice-T was a special guest. I'm trying to remember if they had a concert in town that day because I met Chuck D, I met Flavor Flav at the hotel. Was it the Congress? I think it was the Congress that they were staying at. And first thing Flavor Flav said is, "Where's the Kentucky Fried Chicken?" I thought that was funny. You come all the way from New York and you're looking for a Kentucky Fried Chicken. But they used to do things like that. When I was there, I think the only thing that we did do was the opening of the Apollo with that talent show, which the thing that happened there was Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother shut it down. And she shut it down because Ice-T was rapping, and it wasn't wholesome enough for her son's ears. So she shut it down. She was like, my son can't be part of this. I was like, oh, wow. Other than that, I mean, I wasn't part of any of the giveaways much or any of the pizza parties or anything like that because I wasn't faculty. I was kind of an outsider. I was just a DJ. I didn't have anything. I wasn't associated with the university. So all the other stuff, the community stuff, I didn't have anything to do with.
Okay, let's talk about, you had a crew back then when you was on HBK, correct?
Yeah, the Purple Mansion crew.
Okay, all right. So talk about that a little bit because you not only was you a DJ, but you was also a MC. So
a little bit.
Yeah. So talk about that a little bit. Purple Mansion and just that whole connection.
Well, let me try to remember as much as I can because that was 30 some odd years ago. It was a nice little crew. It was a bunch of neighborhood people, bunch of neighborhood guys. Now I tried to show you the bench where we used to meet, but it was gone.
Right.
But yeah, we used to just hang out. Really, we used to have a bunch of. We had a beatbox dude. We had a female rap. I cannot remember anybody's name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if y'all are listening and you remember me. I am so sorry. But it was like 5 of us. I remember Tank. I do remember. And he was the beatbox guy. The other ones I don't remember. That's sad, but true. We didn't really do much, because we were from the neighborhood, from the South Side. We didn't really travel like out west, go to the West Side to do anything over there. I don't know why, but we just didn't. We stayed strictly on the South Side. We didn't do any gigs or anything like that, so it really kind of wasn't, a real group like going around. I actually did more dancing. I did dancing. I was in dancing. I was in talent shows, and I used to go to the playground. I used to battle with other dance crews in other neighborhoods. So a lot of people don't know that I was a real good dancer. I mean, I wasn't a break dancer. I was a pop locker, electric boogaloo kind of, and then doing the waves and making your body look like a snake and all that good stuff. Still can do it, but it's not as good as I used to.
Right. So Tank Sconey, was he a part of your crew? Was he down with Purple Mansion?
Sconey, I don't remember Tank Sconey. I wouldn't say I only just call him Tank. This is
Okay.
kind of a short, wide guy, light skinned. He lived on the South Side over there, right off Wentworth, right over there by Kennedy King. No, I just used to call him Tank.
Okay.
So one of the guys that I do remember wasn't with Purple Mansion crew was the graffiti artist Upski.
Okay.
I liked Upski because Upski was doing his thing. I think he wrote a couple of books about it, and he was a cool dude, but he wasn't with Purple Mansion. I just liked his art.
Okay.
Purple Mansion didn't really amount to nothing much. We weren't real serious about it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a neighborhood thing. And as we got older, everybody kind of went their separate ways. I don't know if anybody in the crew actually pursued being a rapper or part of somebody else's crew. I used to do studio raps back then. I used to go to the Chicago, I think it was Chicago Lab or whatever it was, up north, and lay tracks with a band that used to call me to do A-bar rap. And I don't know if anything got published, but that's what I used to do. I didn't go under the moniker of like Purple Mansion, DJ QuickHands, nothing like that. It was just DJ QuickHands. So, I mean, didn't really amount to nothing. Sorry to say.
Okay. Well, what I like to do is I would like to play. I know I sent you the link to the recorded version of off the radio actually that I had gotten, and I would like to play that little clip for everyone else to hear tonight.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. And that was actually Tank. It was yourself and another guy named Master K.
Yeah, I remember Master K.
Yeah.
That was right off the top of our heads, kind of, sort of.
Okay. All right, so let's take a listen to this.
Technical error there for a second there. We finna put out on this live rap for the third time here at WHPK. We want everybody to call in and tell us how you like this rap, because we will be putting this on wax. Straight up. So it goes a little something like this. Hit it, Tang. I can't wait to be great to totally create and the matter of the rap about will penetrate communicate and yes I don't make it when I rap on the mic. I educate myself and concentrate on real school. I do clear my story for the rap about that pop yelling. So on this matter as well. Shout out, excel when you greet a violate. I think we feel out of their cool comical. So this is all I portray Monday through Sunday, so that's every day. There's no reason in the world to treat me bad. Like the dictionary of words is my protege. Because when I rap up on the mic, there's a reason to shout. You understand my words and what I rap about. Now when we get to the ring, I didn't see out. I'll let you rap along until I'm out. You're out with the words that I use to crowd out, amuse and told it so. You see, I have been little known to the people. I'm not a MC, I'm a DJ, and if you can't outbat me, started jacking the wax. That's the A to T to try to battle me like spitting in the wind. But when you're spitting in the wind, you spit in your own face. You can't outrun me, because I said the face. I never ever said that I can be beat by like I did the food. Yes, I will defeat. Can't scratch with my left hand and even the right. Don't diss nobody, because I'm too far light. But if your mind go, I have to start acting like a crazy. Then I have to turn you over to my homeboy Tang. Well, I'm already created one hell of a lover. And like QuickHands, I can't wait to be discovered. Because when I was covered, or let's say uncovered, if you get in my way, oh boy, I'll be a summer. In this city, number one, all right. I'm the mic dominator, and my name is Sex. Now your suckers looking crazy, and you're asking why I say, I don't know, I'm just a real cool guy. Don't stand in the rain, cause I hate to get wet. Don't like to run off because I hate to sweat. But if I see a young lady, I think it's fine, I'll say, if this world were mine, as far as I can see, I would have your body, yeah, committed to me. But I know that I'm already great, so we won't have to innovate. I'll chill for a while as you contemplate why you move your body out around a cake. But enough about the story, because it really meant nothing like a turkey in a pan without the stuffing. Well, I'm DJ QuickHands, known as Market Fridge. Can't stand in the rain and won't get drenched. Can't walk without a gown and won't get shot into all the ladies. I'm singing forget-me-not to help you to remember. I'm singing forget-me-not January to December. I can't wait to be great, utterly crazy, and the mother of the rappers I will frustrate, communicate, translate, yes I donate, cause when I rap up on the mic, I educate, contemplate, concentrate, and real soon I demonstrate why I did it for the rappers I depopulate. Masticate, cut 'em up. Yo, this is a masticated place to be. I've been blessed with the talent not too many have, so before you try to pick up bad, I'm a real perpetuary, just like an inventory. You think you want to battle, oh boy, you just bought me. You want an necessita, you cannot even please her. She did not have sex with you, so you started to beat her. It wasn't necessary, for us a legendary. Oh boy, you're not a rapper, you're just a little fairy. So if I catch you biting while I'm cold reciting these lyrics, oh boy, me and you, we will be fighting. I spend a lot of time writing cold, crushing rhymes. When something starts to bite your type, I don't know other answer to that, but homeboy, man, press. You know you're the whack, and I'm the master of these answers. I'm running the show like this, and homeboy, you know you got to go. When I catch you, boy, I'm gonna break your neck. You thought the perpetrators better give me respect. But listen, homeboy, I can never lose a battle. Your monkey have a rattle every time you see a shadow. And you go home, you go to bed, and all the lyrics that I said will be standing in your head next morning. You get up and put on your clothes, so you run to the kitchen to eat some Cheerios. We'll put you on the top. You just want to eat the whole goddamn pot. I'm just like a bulldozer knocking down a villain. I rock you from the floor up to the ceiling. You never be strong enough to hang on my rhymes, cause every time I say a sucker is like committed crime. Every rhyme I say make 3 of yours. Stick to singing cause you sound like Boy George. Whack, whack. I can't wait to be a great utterly create and the mother of the rappers out with us straight communicate, translating, yes we don't say, cause when we rap up on the mic, we educate, contemplate, concentrate, and real soon we demonstrate why I did it for the rappers we depopulate.
Oh, raw.
Yeah. So what you think about that?
That was as raw as you can get it. I mean, that's just, that's something that we just did. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We got brother DJ Chili Q checking in.
Hey Chili.
He says, "What's up, good fellas?"
What's happening, Chili?
Yeah, so yeah, man. So that was a nice piece. I wish I had some more to play, but that was the only one I was able to get ready for tonight, since I had it in my phone already.
Yeah, I thought I had some stuff, but I had been moving around so much. I used to have, the old cassette tapes. That's what I taped on. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to find them, and they're around here somewhere. My wife couldn't find them for me, so because I wanted to give you some more stuff that I had, some actual stuff that I did in my bedroom, which was kind of crazy because back in the day, I didn't have a drum machine. I had, the little, I don't know if you remember the little Casios.
Yeah, I had one.
You had one of the little Casios that you put a little beat on it and you could put a sample in it. Oh, yeah, I was killing it with that. That little Casio was doing its thing. And I used to be in my bed. I used to do a lot of stuff in my bedroom. I didn't do a lot of stuff publicly. I don't know why, but it just wasn't me.
Okay.
I stayed to myself a lot, so that's why a lot of people don't know me. You know what I mean? They're like, you ain't DJ QuickHands. Yeah, I am. But few and far between they would see me, and I wouldn't walk around, with a jacket on with my name on the back or anything like that. That just wasn't me.
Okay.
So nobody knew me. I was incognito all the time. Didn't even have to, no special arrangements. I could show up anywhere. And the only person that would know me is the people that knew me, the people that came to the radio station, or we did some things together here and there. And that was it. It was kind of crazy. So, like we had that conversation, like I don't even know how relevant I am.
Well, let me ask you this. What was, going back to WHPK, how did you get the records to play on the show? How did you get your records?
Oh, they weren't mine. Those were compilation albums that came. They were sending, different record companies were sending compilation albums to WHPK. I think it was JP Chill that was the one that they were sending them to, and they had a file cabinet dedicated to all of the rap that they were getting, and they were getting a lot of compilation albums. It's a lot of artists that were on compilation albums that became stars. LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, Roxanne. Oh wow. Mostly all of the New York rappers that was out back in the day, before they were out back in the day, before they actually had, but they got pressed on a compilation album, and that compilation album made it to WHPK.
Okay.
And I was one of the DJs that would go through the compilation albums and pick out the stuff that I thought sounded real good. So that's the stuff that I would play. And I credit that to JP Chill, for getting that aspect of it, and getting those things sent to the radio station. I don't know how he did it. I'm assuming that he contacted the different, at that time, the different record companies that was producing rap. And he said, hey, I got a radio station in Chicago or something like that. Why don't you send me something? Send me some compilations. Send me what you think we need to play on the radio so we can get these artists out here. And I think that's a contribution of JP Chill, basically. And when he put him in the file cabinet, I was like a kid in the candy store. I would go in and grab a handful of them. When I wasn't DJing, if I go up to the radio station just to hang out, I would play stuff. I would listen to it to see what in my head, what I wanted to play the next time I'm on the radio. Pick out all the cool stuff I thought was cool and played it for the people. And if they liked it, they liked it. So again, it was a file cabinet, compilation albums. Some of the stuff that was pressed, Sugar Hill Gang type stuff, all that stuff was pressed. Kool Moe Dee, Big Daddy Kane, all of those came in as fresh vinyl. They were pressed. They were selling. But the offshoot, the artists, they used to just hang out with them in the studio, and they would do songs, and they would press them. They put it on master tape. They press them on vinyl, send them out, and say, hey, let's roll the dice and see what happens. And that was good for everybody. I mean, it really was, because it helped paint the picture. It helped paint the picture of hip hop. It helped. It was steps along the way. People had to get used to the commercial stuff first. You get used to the commercial stuff, then you be like, okay, I can groove to this. But then you turn on a radio station and something else happened. Like, wait a minute, what is that? Who is that? Did he just curse? He just that man just cursed on the radio. I thought it was cool.
Hey, listen, DJ Billy Q says he wants you to talk about Purple Mansion.
Chili. I have to say honestly, I don't really have anything for to talk about Purple Mansion. There are probably other people can talk more about Purple Mansion than me. It was cool, but I don't have anything in my memory that would be beneficial to anybody. It's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors and stuff in my head. I have forgotten a lot of stuff, believe it or not, because I was back then. I was serious about it, but once I became a family guy, and I was taken out of that environment for a minute, and concentrated on doing the family thing, I didn't stick to it like I should have. So a lot of the stuff just because it wasn't repetitious and I wasn't in it like I should have been in it, I kind of forgot about it. Unfortunately, Chili. Okay. But Chili, if you know something about it, speak out.
So let's do this. What year did you graduate from high school?
84.
Okay, so 1984. And you went to DuSable. Now, do you remember when you used to work at McDonald's?
See, you got me on that one. Yes, I do.
Now, I do. What was the timeline of the years that you worked there?
Oh, wow. I went to the service in 85. Did a little time there. Came home. I want to say, maybe 87, 88-ish. Maybe close to 90. I was there for like 2-3 years. Go ahead.
No, okay, and I was just going to ask you now, when did you become a family man?
1990.
Okay.
I think it was not. Yeah, was it 19? No, it was before 19. No, I became a family man. There was a child born in 1985, 86. Let's put it that way. And that's when I started taking on that responsibility a little bit. And that was weird. But that was a weird part of my life right there. I was like, I was young, I was trying to get it done, I was trying to get out here. I really wanted to get out there, you know what I mean? I really wanted to like try to get out here, try to do this, see if I could become a national DJ of some kind. Wasn't in the cards. Met my first wife, which I only been married twice, people. Met my first wife at McDonald's.
Okay.
Actually. And we got married in 1989. We had our first child in 1990. A little girl, Tierra Marseille French. And then we had another child 18 months later. That was Asia LaShawn French. And in 96, we had my son, Marquette Pierre. And that started the whole, you got to get a job, you got to do this, you got to do the 9 to 5 thing, ain't no going to hang out at the studio, you ain't making no money, you just in the studio doing stuff, that kind of deal, And it kind of hurt, because I was doing what I wanted to do. I was in the studio, I thought I had a shot. But it didn't go well in the household. I wasn't bringing home that cake. So it's like, what are you doing in the studio? I'm doing some 8-bar raps for people. They're like, you're not getting paid. I am, but can't pay the rent right now. But I'm working on it. She's like, nah, you need to get a job. So that's what I do.
Okay, and I totally get that. I understand that, but for the viewers, I think this is important. So I'm going to just share just a little bit of what I know.
Okay, that's great.
Plus, my brother JMD, he's the one that got a lot of history on Purple Mansion that he shared with me. But back in the 80s, we had a lot of hip hop organizations in Chicago. We had the Zulu Nation here. We had a chapter of the Zulu Nation here in Chicago. But then we also had the Shyrock Nation. Which was basically, we were like an offshoot, from the Zulu Nation, basically. But we wanted to have our own identity, so we came up with the concept for Chirac.
Okay.
But then there was other organizations such as, like you said, Purple Mansion. There was East Rock.
Yeah.
There was Death Rock. Rand Nation. So they were all of these, hip hop organizations popping up during the 80s. Which was kind of cool because I remember when we was at parties, we would be chanting out Chirac, and then it would be Purple Mansion over there, and then you over there, and East Rock and Death Rock and all these other organizations. But what was interesting is in what we were always trying to help people to understand, like Zulu was kind of like the mothership.
Okay.
Because it was classified as a universal hip hop organization, even though its base was in New York. But it just seemed like the chapter in Chicago just wasn't what it should have been.
Okay.
Even though we had people like Cassius D and we also had what's his name, Rappin' Tate the Great.
Okay. Yeah, I remember him.
And there were others that were kind of like spokesmen for the Zulu Nation. And so, but at some point, Zulu, and then we also had what's his name? And now I'm having a blank. The rapper that died, he was also Zulu. Cool Rock Steady. Cool Rock Steady.
Cool Rock Steady. Okay.
So, and Cool Rock was really one of the main reasons why we created Chirac was because he was kind of going around saying that he was, the head leader or the head chapter leader for the Chicago chapter and things of that nature. And he was basically saying, if you're hip hop in Chicago, you got to submit to me because I'm running the Chicago chapter,
Okay.
And it's kind of like, and Cassius was, claiming that leadership role as well. But Cool Rock had a different swag with it, and he was kind of basically saying, if y'all hip hop in Chicago, y'all got to submit to me. And that's when we formed the Chirac Nation because it was not going to happen. We weren't going that route. So, the Chirac Nation was formed, and that's when we realized, hey, we need our own identity. Because Chirac is basically, the concept was to create something for Chicago hip hop.
Right.
That was it in a nutshell. It wasn't so much of a South Side thing. It was just a Chicago thing.
Right.
We started on the South Side, but the concept was to represent hip hop in Chicago, period.
Right.
So, Jay was telling me like with Purple Mansion, he was saying, it started in the school, Inglewood High School. And he said at first membership was only to people that went to Inglewood, and and I thought that was interesting because he was saying, that the school was purple, and it looked like a mansion, and so you all kind of came up with that concept to, hey, let's just form this organization and call it Purple Mansion since.
You got a better history of it than me. Yeah, that's a better history than me because I didn't go to Inglewood.
Okay.
I was a DuSable Panther. So I don't know. I don't know how we came up with the name. I was a Prince fan actually back in the day, with Purple Rain and all that good stuff. So, if it was born out of Inglewood, I'll submit to okay.
But I thought it was interesting because Jay was saying that later on, originally it was only open to membership at Inglewood, but then later on he said that you all opened up membership to other people that was obviously not students from Inglewood, because obviously there were other people that joined Purple Mansion that didn't go to Inglewood, such as yourself. So but I do think that it was a very strong organization back then because it was right up there with we were kind of neck and neck. Purple Mansion and Chirac were neck and neck in terms of Chicago hip hop organizations. And
well, like I said, you my superhero, you my super hip hop man, because. And let me give you your props. when you sent me an invitation to come see your museum, and I had no idea I was in it. I just went to go see it because I was doing my thing back in the day, but I wanted to go see because I remember a lot of the stuff, and about 85% of that I was clueless. But as far as I knew about it, but your memorabilia and the things that you have in that, and like I expressed at the time when I walked in there, I was like, wow, I don't think there were there was or there will ever be uh, a historian of Chicago hip hop like you. You have a distinct uh, you have a distinct taste for the the nuances of the hip hop world from Chicago. All of the nuances, even down to the flyers and the pluggers, and which blew me away because I remember those. I remember when we used to go around handing out pluggers and going to the stores and hanging out on the corner and going to the park. Especially up in Washington Park. And man, I can remember back in the day when we used to be able to hang out and just kick it. Go to the park or whatever and just have fun. And I feel sad for the kids today because they can't do that. It's not there. They don't have it in them. I wish they did. I wish we could have passed on the legacy fully to our offspring so that we have something, some generational representation from Chicago. Even though we do, we got a lot of artists that are out there. They got their YouTube channels and they got the records and their cloud accounts and all of that good stuff. And that's great. I just wish we had a more closer knit community where we all kind of stuck together and did our thing and came out as rough and tumble as New York did. Because when they came out, they hit it hard, and I was kind of hoping that we came out hitting it hard.
Yeah.
But we made our mark, and we still doing it. Yeah. That is Chicago. Yeah. And we got the world's fastest rapper back in the day. He was in the Guinness World Book of Records. So, you can't deny that. So, I just kind of miss it. That's why I'm trying to get back in it. That's why I got my little baby studio and trying to get into the music. I want to put some old school, mix it with some new school, see how that sounds. That's my experiment now. We'll see how it happens. See what it do.
So how would you define your style as a DJ when you were DJing back in the day? How would you define your style?
My style was blends and cuts and blends. I did a little scratching here and there. I tried to tell a story with what I was mixing. When we did parties, we did YMCA. We did some stuff over there in Inglewood, over there on 63rd and Halsted, not Halsted, Low, and all that. We did something over there. I can't remember what that place was called. And my style was just, I did a lot of blending. I played the songs and the melodies and everything to let the people groove. I wasn't trying to scratch and mix and do the tricks, the hand tricks and all that, because I thought that was kind of disjointed. You get people off the beat. You're doing too much. When you're doing too much, it doesn't sound good. You do just enough and it sounds great. So that was my style. I just needed to smoothly blend in the songs, make everybody groove, and that was it. Scratching every now and then.
DJ Chili Q said that was the taste over there on 63rd and Low.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So that's cool, man. I mean, obviously Chicago DJs are different from New York DJs.
Yes.
And, and I think that's one of the, in my opinion, that's one of the things that we were pretty well known for here in Chicago was the ability to blend well.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
now the Hot Mix 5, I love the Hot Mix 5 back in the day, BMX, the Hot Mix 5, Farley Keith, Frankie J. I can't remember all of the Hot Mix 5, but them guys were, whoa, those were DJs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and even though they was doing a lot of house music or whatever, those were the DJs back in the day. My only thing is I remember seeing Farley Keith drive up in a gas station in this purple Corvette. I thought that was wild. He's playing his music at like 200 watts, coming down the street in this purple Corvette. I was like, wow, that's one of my memories. Anyway.
Nice. Well, hey, man, I really want to thank you, man. A whole hour in blew past already.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
We're going to have to do a part 2, and, because we still didn't really get to some of the other questions that I wanted to ask you. But nevertheless, I want to thank you for taking the time out to share, this segment tonight with us on the show. And I'm glad some of the viewers that tuned in tonight was able to see you, for those that have never seen you or haven't seen you in a while, here you are Fresh Fridays for 2022.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. And keep up the good work.
Thank you. And hey, what would you like to say in conclusion to any up and coming DJ or rap artist? What would you like to say from your experience?
From my experience, stay true to self. And if you have that hunger, don't let nobody tell you anything different, because it will leave a hole. It will leave a hole in your soul if you don't do it when you feel it. So go for it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So keep your head up and keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
That's what's up. Where can people find you for people that would like?
Please. Nobody want to find me. I am nowhere to be found. If somebody wants to reach out to me, my name is right there up under my head. I'm on Facebook, and just drop me a line if you have some questions or something, anything that I can contribute. Then just hit me up.
Okay, so hold on, don't go nowhere. We're gonna close out the show, and then we're gonna talk a little bit backstage. Okay.
All right.
This is Artistic. We'll see you next week, next Friday, back here again at 8 p.m. live for Fresh Fridays. Until then, peace.